Hey guys, Chris from Virtual Motorsport Mentor here. Today we are at the Mecca of Australian motorsport. We're at Bathurst in the GT4 for the Falken Tyre series. The Michelin Pilot series, I'm pretty sure, is here as well. So that'll be pretty cool. So what we'll do is we'll do the same we've been doing for the last 5 weeks. Break down a lap of the track, and then we'll give you a hot lap at the end to just show you how we go about it. Really appreciate the support every week, guys. It's fantastic. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, the support really helps, you know. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll head into it and give you some tricks and tips. Bathurst is pretty unique because it's so crazy, to be honest with you. Crazy is probably the only word I can think of where just carnage can happen at any point of the circuit. You know, even these parts down here, which look pretty straightforward 90-degree corners, can catch you out as well and make mistakes. So heading into turn one, I'm looking for about 75 meters roughly. So just after that first sort of light pole. So I'm sort of, I'd say about here roughly. Fourth gear back to second. Stay nice and close to the edge of the road so you can open up the corner. When you turn in second, as soon as you get that car straight, you need to be at 100% throttle. You need to be trying to get 100% throttle before you even exit the corner, really. So by about this point here, you want to be on the throttle hard and carrying the speed up the hill, because if you hesitate even a slight bit, you're going to lose probably 5 to 10 Ks at the top of the hill. So up through the gears, use all the track on the exit. You can actually run the rears over that curb, and that'll sometimes it gives you grip, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the car and how you've got it set up. Obviously today we're running the fixed Falken Tyre series setup, so I'm not super confident with using all the curbs. I feel like the car's very oversprung in the rear, but it's much of a muchness. So heading up, fifth gear, you want to use the escape road at the start. So right here, back to third. So once you get back to third, so as your big braking zone, you can brake quite late, obviously, because you're going uphill. Back to third gear, you want to turn in. Now, Griffin's is unique because the track cambers into the corner, so you want to kind of be as close to the curb as possible. Sometimes you'll see people using a little bit of curb. I sometimes use a little bit of curb just to help with rotation of the car, but it's it sort of varies as well. So you want to get in that little gully between the curb and the white line sort of thing, because that's where the car's most cambered and gripped up, so you can carry more speed through there. Let the car track out nice and wide on the exit. Up over the curb, get as close to the wall as possible. Up through the gears. And into the cutting's pretty unique. So fourth gear coming up here. When you turn in, so you turn in from the outside to this side, and we're just going to stop here for a second. So everybody's got their own little unique way of doing this. Personally, I go from fourth back to second quite early and then apply more brake, so it's like a little spike in brake pressure, and then I sort of taper it off, and then a little bit more if I need to sort of get the car to rotate in more. So, and then as I do it, so second gear, I let the car run nice and wide because I want to open up the cutting as much as possible. So I let it run right out to the white line. And then I personally like to get as close to this wall on the inside as possible. So I'm like, as I turn in, I'm as close, like you can scrape the mirror on it nearly. So you're then able to open the corner up more. You're able to carry a little bit more speed. It can bite you if you turn in too aggressively. You can knock a front tyre and damage your steering arm and stuff. But just getting the car in that little gully up the hill, it does help. So then through here, so second to third, I sort of hesitate on third a little bit I don't want to overstep with speed and then smack the outside wall. So I sort of hesitate with third and then go to fourth here, sort of coming out by the Fujitsu start of the wall here, and then you stay nice and wide. little lift on the throttle, sometimes a tap on the brake, depending on how much speed you've managed to carry out of the cutting. Get as close to this curb as possible, and then straight line the car up over the hill. You want to aim for the aim of the wall, and then sort of follow it through. Fourth gear through here the whole way. I don't shift until we go down into Skyline. So fourth, I let the car run nice and wide towards the D at Etihad. Get close, wait for the grate, and then turn the car back at the corner. Don't clip the curb, but get nice and close to it, and then let the car drift right out to the wall. It's a lot of rhythm, momentum. You can use the curb. It's a flow section of track, you know what I mean? Same again over the top of the hill. So fourth gear, I sort of lift off the throttle a little bit, tap the brake just to get the car to pivot in, and then I'm back on the throttle 100% again. So get nice and close to the curb on the outside there, let the car drift across, and then as you get into the Coates High sign, still fourth gear, you'll crack the limiter around here, but I find there's no point going fifth and then going back to fourth and causing more trouble for yourself going down the hill. You'd rather just be in fourth and then only have to go down 2 gears into the Skyline. So that's just my little sort of thing is, yeah, and then as you're coming down the hill, second gear, get close to this Coates sign, then sort of straight line the car across, still in, or your third then to second. Use a little bit of curb here. In second gear, you want to get the car as close to this curb as possible, opening up the dipper for you. So still in second gear. Once you get to the end of that sign, that's when I start to turn the car at the corner. So from that point onwards, we clip down into the corner, second, on the throttle full through here, up to third gear, stay in third, hit the limiter, and then brake. So coming through here, you'll crack third around about here, and then I'm braking to get the car slowed down, otherwise you'll overshoot the corner. So brake, down the hill, back to second gear, turn in from a wide point, clip the Falken inside wall on the exit. So you're opening the corner up on the exit rather than the entry. Let it run right out to the wall, and then get ready for a massive run down the straight. So you need to be making sure that you're on 100% throttle as soon as possible. Carry the speed down the hill, through all the gears. I stay to the right hand side in this car till I get to the Fuso bridge up there. I just find it's a little bit less bumpy on this side in this car. Each car's a little bit different. There's other cars I stay on the left, so it just depends. Move across. Alright, into the chase. So, nice and wide. You should be flat through here. Get close to the curb. And then I'm braking just around the 140 mark. So just after the 150 board, sort of like a West Track logo or two. I'm braking hard. I don't feel like this car's got the same braking capabilities as other cars. I struggle to get the car to slow down properly sometimes. So I'm a little bit more cautious through here. From 6 back to third gear. And then I want to, when I turn in at the corner, you want to open it up as much as possible so you can carry that speed through here. So from the outside, third gear, pitch in, clip the curb on the exit of the corner. Stay a little bit wider because then you can carry more speed through here. Then you let the car flow right out over the curb, under the Armour All Bridge. You'll be fourth gear coming down here. I brake just after the 100 metre board, back 2 gears to second, and then pitch the car in at the end of the white line on the outside, clip the exit of the curb, square that car up, 100% throttle as soon as possible, and that's a lap of Bathurst. So if you just give us a lap to warm the tyres up, and we'll take you for a hot lap. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope this helped. And that is the lap of Bathurst. We hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you next week.